Fredborough Swift Plumbers Leak Detection Service, and we're here at address 5912. And what we have here is we had a leak that we didn't know where it's coming from. You could see the floors popping up, and this used to be a sliding glass door here, and they had the door replaced, and then they had windows put in, and still have a leak in the same area. One might think that it would be the same problem as before. But upon investigation, I found mold and wetness in this wall and opened it up for the customer. Now, you can see that it goes away as we go away from the center of this window. Now, also what we've noticed is the water is on top here and coming down the wall. There's a channel back here. That's making that water travel the path of least resistance and come out over there on the floor, away from where the leak is actually located. Now, that leak's going to be coming from right above here, and I'm going to put water on it to water test it at this point. I have not water tested it yet, but as we look through this window right here, you can see the cracking right there where I'm putting my finger, and because of how it's constructed, that is going to drop down straight on top of that wood up above and going to come into the home. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and run that water, okay? When it starts pouring in, just knock on the window and I'll stop running it there, okay? And we not only find plumbing leaks, but we find structural leaks. And whenever you find a structural leak, it's important to water test it. I also tell people when they repair it, you need to water test it to make sure the leak doesn't, that the leak was properly fixed. Usually when you water test, you go low first and then you go high. In this thing where there's an obvious flaw, it's pretty easy for us to just start up top because we know it's coming from up top because of the wood in there. Now, once we fill this up, we're going to get water to come in there. It's got to run the top of that 2x4, so it'll take a minute right here at the middle. Once it rolls off that 2x4, then it'll certainly come into the home. There's our knock. We've got water coming in. Okay, now I'm going to go show you what it looks like on the inside. Let me shut this hose bib off for the customer. And let's go into the home. See that leakage.
It's there and here.
All right, and now that leak is hitting just where we've seen the water sitting there.
And
see that drip right there. Now, I'm going to try to put this inside the wall without it getting wet. And see, what took a minute for it to come, see, it's coming through the crack of the 2x4 frame right here. So it ran on top of this wood and then came out as we filled them cracks that need to be sealed up. Now what the customer is going to want to do is have someone seal that. And then after it's sealed, with this wall still open, so this all needs to be dried out anyway, with this wall still open, water test it and make darn sure no water comes in here before any repairs get done to the drywall or anything. Right there's that channel I was talking about. Mm-hmm. Once the water rolls off of the top of here, it's going into that channel, thus making it come out there. If we ran,
dripping from the top too.
Yeah, it's dripping from the top. It's hitting this wood right here, and then it's rolling off this wood to fill up this channel. That's what's making it run way down there where you actually seen the water seen the floor buckling.
Yeah.
So that means the slope of this cement is kind of going that way. But it's enough water if you get a lot of rain that even with the slope of the cement, the water channel, the little channel fills there with water, and then it still comes out all the way up to that end. Just a lot less. That's why there's no flooring damage over there, but there is here. So Fred Burrow, Swift Plumbers, leak detection service, video 1 of 1 on a structural leak detection.